poverty. But what's unique about Global Brigades is that through the student-led movement, through volunteers, we're actually doing this together. So, you've probably seen the tagline of Global Brigades, it's students empowering communities, but also on the other end, it's communities empowering students. And so just a kind of my personal story is I had a chance to go on a medical mission when I was an undergrad many years ago, almost 20 years ago. I was dating myself. I thought, okay, I'm just going to go to Honduras. There was a couple of friends of ours. I want to go to Honduras, and I was in an undergraduate program that didn't allow me to study abroad, but I really wanted to have that travel component, that kind of visiting other countries while I was studying. And so I was invited to go on a brigade with, it was a medical mission at the time, with a group of doctors from the state of Indiana. And one of my friends was neighbors with him, and so he says, hey, let's tag along. And so we thought we would just go there, and we were going to help translate. Some of us spoke Spanish. We would translate to the doctors. We could shadow them, but we were supposed to carry the medication. We would lug the stuff around. So that we thought we were just going to be kind of like the grunt workers on the brigade. So we came to Honduras. I'd never been to that country before, beautiful country. And I had no idea, kind of three things. I had no idea that my entire life was about to change. I had no idea that I was, as an undergrad, in my, at 20 years old, was able to make any sort of impact in the community. And then number three, I had no idea that this was going to be the trajectory of, what we're now seeing as 15 years of development work that we've developed, within Global Brigade. So it's very grassroots. So we came back to campus. I went to Marquette University in Wisconsin. Came back to campus, and we started looking for organizations that cater to undergraduate students. So, but back then, back in 2002, 2003, there was Doctors Without Borders, but you had to be a licensed professional. You couldn't be, just an undergraduate student and joining. There was Peace Corps, but you had to be a graduate, and you also had to dedicate 2 years of your time outside of, or two full years of your time, in that specific country. But that's hard when you're studying and you have school and you have classes, and 2 years is a long commitment. So we couldn't find an organization, so we decided to start an organization, and so that's where the birth of Global Brigade started. So this is actually a picture of one of the first brigades. Yes, we had cameras back then, right? But this is one of the very first brigades. I think it actually was the second, the first official Global Brigades brigade, but the second time, we had gone down to Honduras. So there's a couple of us here. Steve Atamian, some of you guys may know him. He's one of the other co-founders. The tall person in the back is Duffy. Right in the middle here, lots of people wearing Marquette shirts. So raise your hand if you've been on a brigade, and raise your hand if you have this exact picture with different faces, right? Everyone has this team picture, right? So not much has changed. Our model has continued to be students going down and and really kind of taking all that energy and charging everyone to make a difference in these communities. So I thought this was a cool picture to share. Okay, so this is what happened. So we were one chapter at Marquette University in 2003, 2004. So one person from Marquette, we all went on a brigade, and you guys know, for those of you that have been on a brigade, I always call it the brigade buzz. That when you come back and you're like, oh my God, that was the most exciting experience, I need to go back again. So we all came back, and everyone had that brigade buzz, and we were starting to tell our friends and tell our siblings, and we had this incredible experience, we got to go back and do this. And so, one person from the Marquette chapter, somebody from that picture, told one of their siblings, and they went to University of Michigan, and so they started a chapter. Somebody from University of Michigan came back with that brigade buzz, and they had a friend that went to University of Southern California, so they started the chapter there. So by the end of 2014, we basically had 3 chapters. So I would just say we tripled in size that year. But so then go all the way to 2000. So basically that's in 2003, 2004. So up to 2005, we had 85 chapters across the U.S. In just 2 years' time. So, and this was all word of mouth. That Facebook wasn't really a thing back then. People didn't really have a lot of social media. This was just friends, telling siblings, telling other people. And it was very, very grassroots. We had one website, and it was medicalbrigades.com, and it was a 10-step process. It was like, contact this person, book your flights, contact this person. It was literally, and the last part was repeat, to go on your next brigade. So it was super low key, it was very grassroots, it was all about the energy, the excitement that all the students, all of us students wanted to have in terms of making impact in the community. So I just like showing this graph because it's, you can see that there's an upward slope. So with the number of volunteers, the more people we impact. So there's a, students empowering communities, communities empowering students. There's a direct relationship with that. So when, we'll have a breakout session about recruitment and things like that later on, but that's why it's so important to have as many people engaged as possible. Because the more people we have engaged, the more people we can impact through funding, through, all of the support that students give on volunteers. So this is kind of, what it looked like. We just grew super fast. We were completely unprepared, but we made it work, and that's kind of where we are today.